Holy smokes, what a thoroughly aggravating ride to get here. But we got here. And where is here? We are in, well, not quite. Our destination is Shepherdstown, West Virginia. But technically, we are in Maryland because it's right over there. And we're over here. Enough of this. It took us forever to get here. Let's go for a ride. The lot we wanted to go to was down there, but it was kind of tiny. So they got a nice good sized overflow lot down here. To the right would be, shoot, so this is lot 38. To the right, Williamsport, that's what it was. It was Williamsport to the right, right?
Yeah.
And I really don't remember where we stopped when we went out of Williamsport. And there's the Potomac right down there. We went as far as a closing. That was last year. Well, I'm presuming it's open now, but we're going to ride into Harpers Ferry today. And I guess to be more accurate with that as well, we will ride to the bridge at Harpers Ferry. But to get down into Harpers Ferry, you got to go down steps. I don't do steps on bicycles, so we will ride to there and ride back here and then drive down there. And then take a much more direct route to get back to the campground. Holy cow, the Google Maps had us going through schoolyards and churchyards and people's bathrooms and
it was a little crazy.
Oh, and then finally I pulled over to look at it, and for some reason it had switched us over to bicycles. I wondered why it was going so schizophrenic, because it kept telling us to turn left where there weren't lefts to go, without even street names. It just said, turn left. There's nothing here. Kind of weird not having my mirror.
Yeah.
I snapped my mirror off yesterday. I blew it back on. It's amazing how easy you can get to something like that. We went to Gettysburg yesterday and rode around a little bit, but to tour on the bicycles, it was just too muggy and buggy. So we drove around in the RV. I doubt I'll post a video of it. It's a beautiful place, but touring it just kind of makes me a little angry and very sad, because you realize the blood that was spilled there that day. I think 5,000 men died on the first day of fighting alone. There were 3 days of fighting. Maybe it was 15,000. 50,000 men on the first day. 50,000 men fighting on the first day. I think it said 15,000 killed. Wow. Okay. Look down here to the left, you can see what was the CNO. Kind of shallow. Of course, it was deeper back in the day, but not by much. But you can tell by the width and the depth, that's where the canal was. And we are, of course, riding along the towpath.
Looks like it's in pretty decent shape through here.
It does indeed. We were very often unkind to the CNO. We were unkind to the CNO because when we first rode it, we hated it. It was very narrow, it was rutted. I ran over a snake. I bent my first gear on the bike. It was just an unpleasant experience. We just decided we didn't like the CNO. But since then, we have ridden, well, even then it was kind of reinforced when we rode the Western Maryland Rail Trail, because the Western Maryland Rail Trail is beautiful. It goes through Hancock, and it's paved, it's beautiful, it's nice to ride, but you can see the CNO from there. And if you look on Google Maps, they are so close together that until you zoom way far in, you just think they're the same thing. But you can look and see one from the other, and we would look down on the CNO from the Western Maryland, and we said, that looks horrible down there. So it kind of reinforced it. But for whatever reason, on a cold wintry day, we came down to Hagerstown, Maryland, and instead of being in the RV, we just stayed in a hotel room, put the bikes in the hotel room for the night, because I'm paranoid about theft, and we went down and rode out of Williamsport. Well, Williamsport is not too far to our north here, maybe 10 or 15 miles, and that's where the headquarters for the CNO is. That's beautiful through there. It's not only beautiful, it has the Bowman Bridge, it has the aqueduct, it has a lift bridge for the train. Just, wow, it was really neat. So that was our lesson. Because we had even walked down to Towpath one time. They had boarded off the ends. There were doors you could get through, but as soon as you walked inside, all you could smell was mold. So we didn't get any further than past the doors to the pawpaw. Like, nope, nope, cars are going. But CNO out of Williamsport recovered the CNO for us. I read a book. It was called You Are My Sunshine. This is a neat book, and the guy wrote about doing the whole trail from Pittsburgh down to DC. He said that he liked the CNO trail part better than the Great Allegheny Passage part. And oh, I very much disagree. It is beautiful down here, and it's scenic down here, but sorry, I know Pittsburgh's my hometown, but it does not beat the western Pennsylvania portion of the trail. But it is a lot nicer than we gave it credit for a long time. Alright, the wall there, I said this is obviously the canal, and it just makes you wonder, what was the wall there for? Was it post-canal? We saw the sign for Lock 38, but I didn't see any sign of a lock.
No.
Other than the sign of the lock. This was an aqueduct. And there are walkers coming, so I'm going to dismount. The survey marker.
I know, isn't that neat? Just right there in the middle.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Have a great day.
Okay. Oops. Forgot to gear down.
Wow, that's a skinny lock.
That is a skinny lock. Only one's going through at a time on there. Look at the elevation change though. Wow. Lock 37. Where the doors were. Oh, look how it's rounded.
That's cool.
So many of them, it's not rounded at the end like that. And over there's the, I don't know, spillway. Is that what you, but it isn't a dam. I don't know what you would call it here. That's another thing that intrigues me. You get a job as a lock keeper, right? And so you got to be there all the time.
Yep.
Somebody has to be there all the
Somebody
time.
has to be there all the time. So if you're in the field, you better be running if you hear somebody hollering coming down.
Yeah, maybe they had a bell or something, you know. And you got to come down, and of course you get paid a wage. It's not much of a wage, but you got a free house. You make a garden, and you're probably making some money on the side selling food to the boats.
Or tobacco.
Or trade, bake a pie for the men on the boat, and whatever it is. But there has to come a time when you retire. Then where do you go? You know, you better have somehow saved up enough money to go buy your own piece of land somewhere.
So we're coming up on him, or he's coming up?
He's coming towards us. I don't know if the lock keepers gathered a toll.
Oh, I would imagine they would have had to.
Somebody did.
Then they would have had to pay it forward. Hello. You know, they would have had to pay to the boss.
Yeah. So somebody collected the money. But was it the lock keeper, or who was it that collected the money? Well, one of the things that I read was kind of like a version of the company store with the coal mines. They'd sell you the boat, and there were people, their families lived there. Some of them were company boats, but some of them were family boats. But the family boats, they pretty much just sold their soul to the canal company, because everything they're making
goes right back to them?
Goes right back, yeah. Okay. How am I supposed to know where to go? They didn't have a detour sign.
Yep.
Okay then. Whatever it is they put down there as a subsurface, it's still working. It's still holding that swampiness in there.
So their water line?
I think they only drafted maybe 3 feet,
Okay.
maybe 4 feet.
Okay.
Really not much. You know, in some places it's deeper just because that's the way the terrain is. It's not like they had to dredge for a keel or anything. Well, I just thought though that when I mentioned that there had to be guys with poles, you know, they had a rudder on them.
Right.
So the rudder could steer away. Can you imagine if the guy in the rudder is not very good at it or just being a jerk? He could pull that donkey and that driver, that walker, right into the water, you know? And then that night you got to share the boat with wet donkey.
Yep.
That'd be punishment enough. Well, it certainly looks like a lock. That's where the door was.
Yeah, lock number
36. Can't see where the house was. It's really largely knocked down.
Must have torn it down.
The trail just kind of is non-existent right here.
Is this trail safe to ride down?
Yeah, it's okay. Just go slow. But look at the natural drop. I wonder. Oh. Just go slow, sweetie. Couldn't tell you. Walk 35. Well, yep, apparently.
I think we go back to the roadway.
Apparently.
Would have been nice if they'd have put a sign.
Yeah, it'd have been nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go look real quick because the bugs are already finding us. Interesting. Because there's this passage here, you know, that would be the slipway over there, and here's, oh, hey, still pieces of iron here. Now look how this one has not filled in, and how that one just over there filled in. It's so deep.
Wow.
Yeah, there's our trail over there.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
We gotta jump. Yeah, a sign would have been nice.
The sign would have been great.
Yeah.
Been nice.
Oh, yeah. Follow the limestone road. Follow the limestone road. There's a view for you.
How pretty. Lots of rocks.
That's a rock. That's a rock.
I hear rapids. Oh.
Well, we got another lock right here.
Ooh, inlet lock 3. It's where they.
Oh, now I see why there was a third channel.
Else there too.
Well, that's where we just were.
Oh, okay.
But while I was up there, I said there's a third channel here. Well, that must have come from that inlet lock.
Okay. Right next to it.
Yeah, not too navigable. I wonder what was here that they built this on top. Why?
Look across. You think
Yeah.
there could have been a bridge?
There could have been a bridge here. Oh.
Maybe it didn't last long. Bus the ferry.
Well, we're getting some scenery.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Mile 62. Wow. That was beautiful.
Indeed. Huckleberry Hill, 61.7. Lock 34. Lock 34. Okay, way up there along that ridge, right at the peak of the ridge, there's a very large bird. I am trying to paint a white head on him, but I'm not seeing it. If he's an eagle, he's a juvenile, because I'm not seeing any white.
I'm not either, but boy, it's huge. And then there's one way up in the sky.
Yeah.
Monstrous big bird, though.
Oh. I saw him move his wings. I thought maybe he was going to take off.
Yeah, I'd love to see him take off.
Yeah, he has a few more seconds because the bugs are finding me.
Yeah. I'm glad you saw him.
Oh my gosh, look at that nut up there.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, there's no freaking way I'd stand up there. Not in a million years. Hell no.
Oh, I woulda.
Oh.
Not now.
Oh, that's insane. There's not enough money in the world to pay me to stand up there. This is gorgeous.
Are we there?
Yeah, we're here, I think. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I see the old church over there.
Well, this is interesting. This is a different looking lock. Bordered by two great rivers, Harpers Ferry is a picturesque town ready for you to explore. Stroll the streets, grab a bite, visit museums, or hike the trails. There's something for everyone.
I'm going to go around the bend and just...
Well, I went around the bend a long time ago. Interesting. It's very narrow. There you go. Those are the stairs. Wow. Oh, look, there's a tunnel there.
Oh.
That must be. Let's go down just a little bit and then turn around.
All right.
We'll head back. And I will walk up the steps, so I'm just not. You know, they came along here and said, look at that impressive outcropping of rock. Let's dig a tunnel through it. Okay, so I do walk on steps. I'm just not going up steps carrying a 70-pound bike and then coming back and grabbing another 70-pound bike.
That where the choo-choo train goes?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. If the choo-choo train starts right there, what are you trying to do?
I'm guessing it was the lock house.
Okay. he had to deal with the inlet lock too.
I would presume. Hope he made a lot more money. All right, I came across on the bridge. I'm going to try the gully. I'm trying the gully here instead. I think it's easier than the bridge. That isn't my bike rattling apart. That's stuff in my toolbox. Usually it's very quiet, except when the trail is all rumbly. Howdy. There's a cave over there.
Oh my gosh.
It's huge.
It's a tunnel. Are you going?
Are you staying off the bikes?
Get some good pictures. Don't get bit by a snake. Don't let anything bad happen to you.
Yeah, I know. I have the car keys.
No, I'm sending an angel with you.
I'm just going to look at a hole in the wall. I'm not Lewis and Clark. I do not. It does. Well, that's all right. There's a fire pit here. It's possible that it bends off to the side there. It's kind of small.
What do you think it was? Natural?
You know, I can't tell. It just seems so weird that it's there, but I can't see any like digging marks. Like I would know what I'm talking about.
Are you sure you don't want your phone in your light? Dragoon?
Where are we?
From the boat one?
Dargan.
Dargan.
Dargan. North of Dargan, there's a cave. I forget what the mile marker is.
I don't know. That's so cool. I can't believe you saw that. I never saw that. Did you see it on our way down?
I did not. I just glanced over and was like, oh.
Boy, when you stop, it gets hot real quick.
And this is why I didn't know how to do that going the other way. I just figured it was a loop to the road here.
I see.
All right. All right. Fun to come here. All right. Excuse us, please. Thank you. You know, for the life of me, I don't understand this idea of walking the entire path, especially when you can see there are other people coming.
Yep.
All right. Hey, wow. From here to Harpers Ferry and back 25 miles. What a fun ride. Now I gotta look and see what that cave is. Okay.
Just south of mile marker 66.
Okay. North of
Dargan.
Dargan's Bend. I got some homework to do. Mow they.